How do you go about looking at this principle? This is 100% of your results.
That is the main crust of any CEO, any solopreneur or entrepreneur like that who have people under us, around us, and above us. We got to be buck stops with us. To be truthful, the vision we have, the goal setting we do, the systems are put together by the team. But at the end of the day, it's us who are at the chopping block.
Hey friends, this is Vinney Chopra. Thank you for liking the episodes that we bring, the guests in our podcast. Please do go to vinneychopra.com and free benefits so that you could get a lot of good things, goodies, all that. And also, please follow Gualter and I do a show, Abundance Mindset, on Thursday morning live, which is on 9 a.m. Pacific, and also Vinny and Bo show, which we also go live on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific. See you on the other episode. Take care. Enjoy this show.
Welcome back to Abundance Thursdays with myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Chopra. Vinny, how is California today?
My gosh, it's beautiful. It's so nice outside. I'm on the elliptical upstairs in our guard room, yoga room, we call it. No, it's fantastic, brother. The life is good. Got up at 4:45 this morning. Have been able to crush it really big in a lot of fronts. So that's good.
So ever since, I would say, like the beginning of this year, I've been waking up at 5 o'clock every day, and I've been going hard, and I've been doing the hour workout from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock, I drive over to do yoga, and I do yoga from 7:30 to 8:30. And that has been because of you telling me you do yoga every day and just waking up earlier. And so by the time like 9 o'clock rolls around, I'm home, I'm showered, I'm fed, and my day doesn't start until 10 o'clock. I have an hour to just hang out.
I love that. Love that. Love that. It's so good to have routine. To be successful in life, you got to have the routine and also take care of your body. We talk a lot about it. It's so good to do the miracle morning, the gratitude, the exercise, and getting us in around motion. Motion is the key.
And so, Vinny, today we're talking about a principle that I think motion and activity and like success are all tied into one thing. It's just action, right? People have to do things.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is something that extremely successful people understand, and even extremely successful, extremely rich, extremely wealthy, happy, healthy, like I said, like money sitting in the bank, people still have this same exact problem, myself included. You and I were just sharing of a time where I needed to go and own 100% of my results. So Wealth Principle 29, for those of you who are new to this, we have 52 wealth principles. Me and Vinny, we review them, and Vinny today is going to help us out with owning 100% of your results, which is something that not only everybody needs, but I'd say people of super high net worth need to own the results of their company, own the results of their investments, own the results of our capital as we're investing. And we can't say, oh, the market's bad, so I lost a bunch of money. We have to own, did I vet out that system? Did I vet out that company? Did I vet out that operator? As we're going through this principle, you've been in some huge deals. You've seen, and I know you've heard stories from other high net worth individuals who have had failures and people who have had massive success. How do you go about looking at this principle? This is 100% of your results.
That is the main crust of any CEO, any solopreneur or entrepreneur like that who have people under us, around us, and above us. We got to be buck stops with us. To be truthful, the vision we have, the goal setting we do, the systems are put together by the team. But at the end of the day, it's us who are at the chopping block. So by having that kind of attitude and making sure that each department of your different companies, different investments, are they doing their job or not? We need to really stand up and raise our hand and ask them to perform better if they're not, because the results lie with us. Whether it's bad, good, ugly, we are the one to be blamed. What really boils down to is the attitude, number one. Secondly, being able to transfer the vision. See, the thing is, people don't do things just because you tell them to do. They will not do anything. But if you make them feel special, if you make them feel productive, if you make them feel that you talk to them and they like you and they want to go for a lot of length with you. See, I just was talking about to you a little before I bought this 10 bedroom and 9.5 bath home in Scottsdale, Arizona. And it's amazing how I opened up with positivity and abundance mindset that the seller, she was the broker also who was selling it. She's opened her side to me to give me appraisal. Somebody paid for it. She gave me inspection report, 122 pages on that property. She also sent me the list of things she has already taken care of. And I met with her with positive mindset. She opened up more to do even more. And she got the handyman and the contractor to even do more things because we're going to close in 10 days. I think it's so important that we accept responsibility for the results we are getting.
So this is a residential assisted living, not the size up. I got 4 steps. You sent me notes, 4 things. I'll review them for everybody on the call. We're going to go through clarity, direction, decision-making, self-confidence, and resilience, which is what makes a 100% ownership mentality. I want to adjust this to be talking more about what do we do with our capital right now? Because I've just seen a lot of people, I've jumped on a lot of calls with high net worth individuals who are not sure, just uncertain, like not sure what to do. The market's going this way, the market's going that way. What is the future investment that makes sense to do? A lot of them are investors in real estate, but they're not satisfied. They're not sure what they, and I've got friends, Vinny, multi-million-dollar transactions. They're putting a ton of money into their pocket and they're not sure if they're going to get back into real estate directly the way they had in the past. They're more looking at syndications. They're looking at being LPs. They're looking at being in assets that aren't necessarily the single family space, which is what a lot of their portfolios have been. You're doing right now, this transaction you're talking about is residential assisted living. It's 10 doors, 10 bedrooms inside of a single family house, and you're converting it over to residential assisted living. Why that over single family? Why residential assisted living? It's still a single family building, but why the conversion? Why switching it? And then what is like the income that you can expect for you and then for your investors?
Totally, Gualter. I'm glad you said it, brother. I know I've been building from ground up, 98 units, 94 units. It's been a lot of troubles, a lot of challenges, a lot of increasing costs of new construction, permitting, loans, you name it. I've gone through delays, all that. So my thinking is, hey, I want to get results for everybody, help more seniors. Why don't I go after already built structures? So I'm looking at 20 unit, 30 units, and 50 units assisted living, which already somebody owns in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. And just reach out to me if you're owners. But the key thing is, I will take that from that point forward, 5 years of experience in managing them to take it to the next level. Some of the people who have owned these RALs, residential assisted livings or centers, they call it, larger than 10 units or 10 rooms in a single family home, it's called center in Arizona. I think it's different. In Texas, it's 16 people, 16 seniors can live in one single family home, RAL, residential assisted living. In Arizona, it's 10 and 10. I think in California, it's 6, but then you could add some more to it. And then there are ways to get to 10 and so forth. Anyway, why am I interested in that? This single family home behaves like 10 units because each room brings $4,000 to $7,000 rent per month for the seniors, where we give them 3 meals a day, activities of daily living, prescriptions, guiding, and everything, caregiving, it's called. Our expenses, about 65% approximately, are the expenses of the total revenue. But 10 bedroom at 6,000, that's 60,000 a month rent, which is compared to, let's say, 2,000 rent. If you were to just take that and give it to somebody, single family home, usually 2,000, 2,500 rent, but this is now 60,000 rent. Of course, you have to pay for mortgage and insurance and tax and all that. Net profit is about 10 to 15,000 a month from the single family residential assisted living. That's what I'm so excited. I'm teaching in my academy, and people are really flocking because they want to put their money where it will bring results, the returns, the cash flows. And multifamily, as we all know, it has gone a different haywire with interest rate hikes. Maybe they will not be cut this year. And even at 10% interest rate or 10.55, it's seller financing in my property. And guess what? Still it's cash flowing hugely.
That's a big change, a big shift. We've got a couple of opportunities right now, I think, in the market. One being that interest rates are high, and that we actually had a deal. We submitted 2 offers, Vinny, this week. We submitted 8 offers this week, but we had 2 that were actually on multifamilies that are underwater, and they were
Yeah.
willing to entertain an underwater offer, less than what they owe. And these were 2 different separate syndication groups. They were groups of investors, and they were underwater, and they're actually saying, look, we know, and just submit it. Like, we know that it's not going to be what we owe. They haven't accepted those offers, but the point is that the conversation we're having is weird. It's different. Like, they're saying, like, I can't refinance out. I've got X amount of months left to refinance out, and they're already in forbearance, or already not closing. So your opportunity fund solves this problem. And you guys are working with companies that are only $500 million and up in AUM. How is it that somebody does get involved in that fund? I know it's a 506c, so we can get away with talking about it here. How does somebody
Yes,
find out about it?
we sure can, Gualter. It's been wonderful. We've been really designing this fund, Strategic Income Fund, it's called, Delaware LLC and everything. And we are raising only it's a $75 million fund. But we have been looking at so many deals, but we have selected just 1 or 2 right now to get into it. So 5 million is only what we are raising, accredited investors, and we are giving them 12% straight. What? LPs get 12% dividends or cash flow from when we invest this money. It's only invested with some very high power, low leverage properties, which are newly built, like 2021, 22, 23, all those. And these are great operators. They have so many millions of dollars into it. This one is not a syndication deal, but we found them, and now they needed only 5 million, and they'll give us like such a great stake in the thing. So that's where we are able to give this high returns, 12% or 10% per year plus the upside. And we are targeting maybe about 16% per year, like that. And we can talk about it because that's what we are doing conservatively, putting together. And it's all legal. PPM is out there, everything. Why are we doing this? See, some of the syndicators who are in forbearance, like you just mentioned, that's their last resort, to sell the asset before it goes into foreclosure, or to get a rate lock. It's called rate lock, so that their interest rates are lower for another year or 2 years. The cost of rate lock has gone way up. It used to be, 100,000 or so for rate lock for a year. Now it's in millions. So lots of things are happening, or they are refinancing it, but the interest rates are not getting cut. So it's almost like they would rather take an offer from you in these 2 cases, Gualter, save the day. Otherwise, if it goes into foreclosure, all the equity goes to zero.
Yep.
So actually, they want to talk to you, and you also do very conservative projections and everything, how you'll be able to manage the mortgage, the high mortgage. And, even though you pay low price for the property, you got to really do detailed work as to, does it make sense? And how long can you carry it? And how is in that neighborhood, what's the cap rate? Is it going to decrease or increase with these foreclosures coming and all that stuff, right?
This is exactly the stuff that goes on in the mastermind. This is why you got to stay relevant. Like, old programs, old coaching, it doesn't work with today.
No.
Which is what you're facing and we're facing. Owning 100% of a person's results. These funds are now doing that. You're obviously investing in the ones that are doing that, who are saying,
Yes.
hey, look, we've got a great asset. We got great investors. The market is shifted. So we just need the capital to get us to the next refinance. We're doing a refinance.
Yes.
We purchased a property 7 months ago, 35 units, and we're still aging the deed, but we're in 12% hard money. So anything is better than that, right? So we went in hard money at 12 instead of hard money at 8. So when we go to refinance at 8, we're okay. Like we didn't need a 5% or a 4% refi. We were going to be fine at 8 anyway.
I wanted to really start the business of investing in real estate, but guess what? I had zero money at all. Hey there, this is Vinney Chopra. Actually, I came from India with $7 in my pocket, and I wanted to really start the business of investing in real estate. But guess what? I had zero money at all. I mean, to invest in. So that's when I was getting sick and tired of my W-2 job, and I wanted to start working for me so that I can get, financial freedom. And I know you might be looking into that also. But how I did that was by pooling the money together from different investors. It's called syndication. I started with one investor, and now I have a list of 370 investors. And I started from a duplex of 2 units, duplex, to $440 million in business. And actually, you could get that all from this book I wrote. This apartment syndication made easy. You could get a free copy of that by going to vcfreebook.com, and you'll be able to get all the tricks and all the strategies that it took me to be able to go from zero money, literally zero money I had, left my job, and also now able to, do all the syndications and purchase a lot of apartment complexes and things like that. So please click the link below in my bio so that you could get this free book, which is at vcfreebook.com.
So a lot of operators didn't think that way. A lot of operators were hoping rates would stay or go lower, and they've been caught not in a good situation. So what do you say to not just operators, but investors who've lost, right? Because we talk a lot about the operator and the struggle because of the strategic income fund. But what about the investor who maybe put $500,000 into somebody's deal and that deal is dead? And I got buddies who put $1 million or $800,000 into somebody's deal and the deal went to zero, completely went to zero. A lot of this is happening in Forex. It's happened in the crypto space. It's happened in the real estate space. It happens every day in startups. So what do you say to somebody who is a high net worth person? They've lost a big chunk of their net worth. How do they keep that clarity and direction? And how do they stay not thinking, wow, I really made some big mistakes? How do they keep their strength in their decision-making process going forward?
Wow, I'm so sad. These investors, actually, as a matter of fact, I had a call with an attorney for my client, and they said, Vinney, would we lose the investment? And I have to be totally frank and give them the right answer. No, you won't, because we have built this up to this much percentage. Every dollar that we spent in, we're going to get more, even if we don't complete the project in this particular one, with the construction. But the thing is, you are so right. Once it goes to foreclosure, nobody can save it. All the equity goes to zero. And then the bank loan is the one they will sell it at or whatever, or a little bit above. But it's unfortunate. A lot of newbies, new investors in the last 4 years, actually one of my friends told me that it went 1,000% more. People not really understanding how to buy it right. And they kept on paying more and more, building the 3% to 5% increase in rents, which are not happening anymore. Interest rates lowering from the bridge loan down to the lower, which they are not getting refinancing. They are caught in the rock and hard place. I would say to the high net worth people, please do stringent due diligence. Meet with all the companies that you want to invest money. Of course, stock market is up and down also, but in real estate, there are operators who are really great, and they have, $1 billion, $2 billion, like in my case, myself and my partner, we have 2.5 billion under our portfolio that we have been buying and selling, closing the full circle. We are selling one actually this week. Oh my gosh, my Melbourne property is selling. We bought it for 35 million or so, and it's selling in the 40s. I cannot disclose the price, but the big thing is, operators who are really savvy, they have gone through the 2007, 8, 9, and they are going very resilient, because I've been selling. I've not been buying at all for the last 5 years. Very few assets I've bought, but I've sold so many, over 26 I've sold. So again, the key thing is to really do strong due diligence and get to ask all kind of questions, meet with the operators and find out what they are saying, right or wrong. How is their mentality? Do they have their money into the game, into the deal? And what's the leverage, LTV, leverage, loan to value, of that, even with the reduced price, what's that ratio at, so that you can put your money at the right place. So sorry that I know I came across one of my investor. I never knew that. He says, Vinney, I lost $2 million. I said, what? How did you not see? But he was investing in some luxury home rehab or something. And they thought it's a quick flip, and the person sold them on the right thing and all, and then it just went like that. Oh my gosh, I feel so sad. Another friend of mine told me about construction. I think he lost everything and they're 500,000. I think sad to know that, very sad. And I know it's something everybody should really just not be worried about. You want high returns, but preserve the capital. And that's what strategic income fund. We have the whole deck. And Brother Gualter, I can send it to anybody interested. It's 506C for accredited investors only. It just spells out everything. Yeah.
And so I want to acknowledge resilience. You talked about resilience, talked about clarity, direction. Like, that's really evaluating deals, evaluating the operators, making good decisions. If you've not made good decisions, let's say somebody has, like we said, $500,000. I got friends who've lost 800,000 in these different asset classes. Self-confidence. And even me, last year, I dumped like $250,000 into a Forex trading bot that just went to zero, completely just gone. And even though 1 month it looked like I had 350,000 and then gone completely out. So how does an investor get the confidence to stay investing? Because obviously it's tempting to just put the money in the bank account and say, screw it, I'm out. Like, I'll just take a little bit of this and start eating the nest egg instead of leaving a legacy for kids and family beyond. How do you get the confidence to go back into doing deals and evaluating the deals the right way? Like, where does the self-confidence come from?
That's a good point. Again, you want to definitely go back to the wells that are producing results, who are giving the water out, even in the tough times, and where the properties have increased in value. Multifamilies, again, if they're able to get with a syndicator who is buying at 40% of the replacement cost, it might be a good deal. But then look at their assumptions. Look at how creatively they're putting whole package together. Don't look at the numbers, but look behind the numbers and look at the operators and how they are mitigating risk and everything, because you don't want to put money and be sorry about it. That's number one. Secondly, go into the space where there is cash flow out there, which, Gualter, you and I have been talking about residential assisted living, with 76 baby boomers turning 65, 11,200 every night, and then 70 and 85 ages also in those ranges, 4,000 every night turning, or 5,000 turning to that age. It's such a big field, and there is so much shortage. 1.4 million beds we are short in providing for the assisted living and memory care in this country. So please look into those things and look into those people who are, and myself included, where I've pivoted from hotels, from multifamily to the assisted living arena, which is more progressive, needed, and AI is really coming into it. And the caregiving at the highest level, you could really make good from smaller investments, actually, because I'm buying this whole house. If I may say that, this could be a good hack for everybody. I'm buying it, paying maybe 300,000, 250 for down payment, which is like for 1.325 is what I'm buying, 200,000 off the seller gave me from the listing price, right? But anyway, then I'm going to get a SBA loan. I already started the application. Now, SBA loan, everybody should learn that 7A or 504 loans, which my brother Bo Eckstein is the specialist in it. He's taking bull by the horn. He's going to get me great loan, SBA, for the real estate and the operation of the business. SBA loan gives you money for both and renovations. So that is mind blowing that all this 300,000, I'm going to get it back. So I'll own the residential assisted living with very little money left in it, maybe 10%. So like maybe 15,000 or 20,000, but it's going to make us 15 to 17,000 in my early projections per month. It's a beautiful way to get into real estate, commercial real estate and residential. It's residential because it's residential single family home, but it's got 10 rooms, 6 rooms, 8 rooms. It behaves like a multi-unit.
That is probably the best, juiciest tip there is. So if you've lost money, this principle says it's your fault. Basically, principle 29, own 100% of your results. It's your fault. You evaluated the deal wrong. You evaluated the operator wrong. You didn't stay on top of them. You didn't stay aware. You weren't aware of the market. We are sorry for that. Learn your lesson, but stay in the game. The only people who ever have success are the people who play again, who play right, play well. This is Abundance Thursdays, myself, Gualter Amarelo, and the great Vinney Chopra. Vinney, what piece of advice do you have somebody as we're logging off? Abundance Thursdays every 9 a.m. every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard.
We love coming here, guys. Please put a notification on, comment, share this episode. It goes into live, and then we do podcast reels also. Thank you so much for joining. I would say the biggest thing is taking action. Just like today's principle is taking ownership, we take ownership of our actions and results. So remember, we take ownership of actions and results, not just the results. The key thing is to do both together. If things are not coming to the results column the way you want it, it's our fault. And we should change the actions. But you've got to act, you've got to tweak, you've got to be better than yesterday. You've got to be able to build your brand or talk to investors and take action. I got this lead last Wednesday. Within 2 hours, I had done so much due diligence on my computer that I figured out how to get the cell number of the listing agent. And she was the owner. And I didn't put an LOI. Within 5 hours, we put the contract together. It was mind-blowing with the speed we were able to do it. I don't say every time you can do it, but now she's ready to be on my side of the team and find me 20, 30 units or even 10 bedroom more units because I want to own 10 of them over there in the neighborhood so that we can build a brand. So thank you. Again, the key thing is action. Don't stay outside the field. That's a spectator, but you want to be in it because that's when you get results, by being in the game.
Cheers to your success. You have a choice. Always work with the best. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey there! The upcoming episode is scheduled for Thursday. We appreciate your viewership of the Abundance Mindset Show. Tune in every Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 p.m. Eastern on various social media platforms hosted by Vinney Chopra and Gualter Amarelo. Don't forget to subscribe, share your comments, and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for your support.